Good evening. This is Allison Penna, aka Bad Widow, and today was a really busy day in New York City. It was the World Gay Pride Day March 2019, and there were millions of people. So there were 100,000 people in the march itself. There were 3.5 million lining the route. The big question is, if you're an introvert, how do you actually participate if you are interested in being in the march in some way, showing support as an ally, whatever your particular role in such a march, whatever that may be. If you're an introvert, you may not be able to tolerate the crowds. So how do you do it? How do you thrive as an introvert, support the causes and the people that you care to support without suffering yourself, without being overwhelmed and distressed yourself because you're an introvert and you can't tolerate big crowds? So the first thing is, when you wake up in the morning, make an assessment of what your capacity is that day. Capacity changes day to day. So there are some days when you may have a greater ability to be with people than other days. You need to know what that is, because that will determine what you do. What's your next action? The second thing is, you take a look at the route and the timing and when the thing is meant to go. So for example, I went out with Wayne early today. So we went out at 10 a.m. and we walked a big part of the route, almost down to part of the way down to Union Square. So past where the parade would start. And so we went along. We saw some of the balloons being blown up. We saw some of the first floats. I got a little pinwheel thing and a couple of little things. So if you're an introvert, you need to determine, what's your capacity for crowds? Are you going to be able to be in a crowd? If not, go early, go late. Do something that puts you not in the thick of it. Be a block over. So if the march is going down Madison Avenue, maybe you want to be on 5th. You're still going to see the overflow of it. Maybe you want to be on the other side of the park and sit on a bench and watch the people go by and participate that way. So know your capacity, and then make choices that allow you to take care of yourself as you're out in the crowds. Reduce the crowds. Go out, be a part of it. Go early, go late, be a block or two away. And then when you're done, call it for the day. Go home and watch the rest on TV. That's what we wound up doing. We went early. We were out for about 2 hours, seeing everything. We sat on a park bench. We watched the people go by, all the amazing ways people were dressed and what they were saying, and listened to some of the music. And then we went home and we watched the rest on television. So you can be a part of it without suffering. That's it. That's how you thrive as an introvert during parades and marches of things that you support and you want to be a part of, but you also are an introvert and you just can't do crowds very easily. That's it for today. Allison Penna, aka Bad Widow. So long.